And this is why I don't like to make plans or promises on the road when there are so many other little things that are completely out of my control. Hey everybody, Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. Hope you guys are doing well. I left a few days ago from one end of Arizona, drove all the way through it, drove all the way through the state of New Mexico, and into El Paso, Texas. Because I need to get the Bigfoot registered. So, here's what's going on. There's a couple changes going on in Texas. I thought that both of them were really, really good. First of all, this is the last year of vehicle inspections in Texas. You guys hear that? Starting next year, no more vehicle inspections, which will simplify everything for travelers, RVers. Just simplify. It was so stupid and outdated anyway. They still will require you to pay an extra $7 every time you register your vehicle. It goes to something else though, instead of the inspection people. Anyway, so last year of inspections. My trip permit is expiring tomorrow, guys, on this Bigfoot. Tomorrow is my last day to legally drive this. So what I did is, well, actually, let me show you. So the other big changes here, and I'll link this in the video description as well. So on January 4th, Texas Congress, SB, that's state bill. Yeah, they passed a state bill 876, which allows, let me quote, Texas residents can now apply for a vehicle title, initial registration, and renewal registration to any tax assessor collector in the state. This is a fresh state bill that was just passed. I could shave 14 hours one way by stopping at the very first tax collector's office in El Paso, which is what I did yesterday. Walked in there with all my paperwork, big sign up front. We do not accept out-of-county registrations. I thought, this can't be right. Is this guy not real? Do they not realize that they're supposed to? So I get up to the counter and I said, yeah, I'm based out of Polk County, the other side of the state, but did you guys see this? The state bill? He starts shaking his head. He's like, oh, no, we don't care. We're not doing it. We're just not doing it. But don't you have to? It was a state bill that was passed. You can't just say no to people. He says, we don't care. We're not doing it. Lots of counties in this state aren't doing it. We just don't care about that state bill. Like, wow, how do you really feel? So, I can promise you that El Paso County doesn't give a crap about that new law. They're not doing it. I guess they don't have to if they don't want to. And they told me that as far as he knows, no other county in Texas is doing it. They just don't care. Well, that changes everything. I was panicked. It's not the end of the world. It's just, I was supposed to begin my trip back to Arizona today and be back in 3 days. Instead, I have to add 14 hours plus another 14 hours just to get back to this spot right now. So we just added 28 hours of travel time to this little excursion. I don't have the motorcycle. I got everything I need. Everything I need's in there. My kitties are in there. I'm not panicked. This just changes everything. I have to drive all the way to Polk County, Livingston, Texas now in order to register this vehicle. I've got to get it inspected. I did call them just to see, hey, is there any way that I can get a temporary trip permit to get from here to there so I don't have to rush it in the next 24 hours? And they won't even do that. The vehicle has to be inspected and registered before I'm eligible for a trip permit. Does that make any sense? I thought the whole idea of a trip permit was because if you're not registered, it'll get you to where you need. Anyway, I gotta do it. Thanks for joining me on the channel, guys. I will be uploading this video with some connecting internet, and hopefully I'll have an update by the end of the video what the heck we're doing. But basically, I can't stop now. I have got to drive and finish this 14 hours and get to Polk County. This just really threw me for a loop. It would have been nice. I love Texas, but certain things. Well, 8.5 hours to go. It's just driving. Well, actually, more than 8.5 hours, definitely, because my cruise control is set to 65 and the speed limit's 80. 80 miles an hour is the speed limit. I'm obviously not going that. So, and at this point right now, I have some options on how to get to Livingston. There's 3 different ways. I can go up through Dallas-Fort Worth. I can go through Austin, or I can go the bottom route, stay on I-10 the whole way, go through both Houston and San Antonio first. And there's a lot of things that I have to consider about my trip. When I plugged in my address at Rainbow's End into my Copilot app, which knows my size and my height and my gas mileage and stuff, it says that I should go through San Antonio and Houston. Most people would be like, why would you do that in an RV if you don't have to, Eric? Take the other routes. Well, the one that goes through Austin is twists and turns and hills and stuff, and that would add hours to my commute in an RV. Now, in a car or a motorcycle, that might be the best route, go right through the middle. Based on my new goal of basically driving today to get as close to Livingston to make tomorrow's commute easier, I'm gonna finish the next 4 hours, and then I'm gonna stop at Walmart just before San Antonio, right before rush hour, do a bunch of shopping, wait out rush hour. Maybe I'll even eat dinner and stuff like that, and then at 7 o'clock get back on the road. Go through San Antonio after rush hour, see how close we get into Houston. I would love to get on the other side of Houston, but then we're only 1 hour away from Livingston, so we'll just have to wait and see. I'll always got to weigh out those options, and Google is not always right, and neither is the truck app that I have, the Copilot. Sometimes it has some bad suggestions. It's just the way it works. But I'm gonna use as many tools as possible to make this smooth as possible. I just hope things go well tomorrow, guys. All right, just finished loading up a whole shopping cart worth of stuff here at the San Antonio Walmart. Just got to put it away. I'm running the generator right now to cook some dinner. Man, you still got stuff to put away, Dad. I see that. I got corn dogs out and lots of stuff with the... Use the microwave with the funky timer. Sometimes it doesn't do it, guys. I forgot to tell you. Sometimes it actually doesn't do it. We'll hit clear 3 times just to make sure. Set it for 4 minutes. Hit start. Let's watch it. Nope, it's going slow. It's going slow today. Yeah, it's definitely going slow, so I'll have to keep an eye on this again. I'm getting used to it, you know. But I swear, sometimes this clock goes back to normal times. I don't know. And I'm now just 3 hours and 38 minutes, plus a little more because I'm in an RV not doing 80, away from Livingston, Texas. I never did get a hold of Rainbow's End. It is impossible to reach them on the phone, and I tried online on the computer to make my reservation, and it's glitchy. It's not working. So I will be staying at the Livingston Walmart tonight, and then first thing in the morning I will drive over there, see what's up, and of course take care of all the stuff I gotta take care of to register the Bigfoot and get everything set so we can get back to Arizona. I got a bunch of friends there at the camp, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? I gotta do what I gotta do. Sorry guys, I wish I was there, but you know, I got a life and I got problems and I got stuff I gotta take care of. Ooh, Marie Callender did it again. Crazy to think that when it's all said and done, if I finish this last 3.5 hours, I will have driven over 14 hours today in one day, which is something I very, very rarely do or have ever done, probably. Nothing like this. Woke up at 7:30, started driving. I won't be done till after 11 p.m. 7 all the way around the clock. Well, that's insane, guys. Man. Do y'all have to cover your milk too? Opie will drink my milk. He'll put he'll put all his whiskers and his tongue right into my milk. Putts with the butts. Also, maybe I should mention, I may have a lead on getting solar. I need solar so bad, guys. I just feel so naked all the time. You know, my power needs and stuff. Yeah, I think I got an installer to do my solar on the Bigfoot. I have already started ordering basically the same exact components that were in the Tioga, all Victron stuff. We're going to be doing something a little bit different with the batteries, and probably doing something a little bit different with the solar panels. I still need to figure that out because we got so many little vents and things everywhere that I don't even have room for 3 of the traditional 65 by 39 inch solar panels. And I had 4 on the Tioga. I can't even fit 3 up there. So I'm gonna have to find a smaller form factor and do puzzle Tetris up there to get the watts that I need. But we're gonna get up there. I'm gonna have more than 1280 watts up there no matter what. I'm gonna find a way. Plus the 750 that are on the trailer that I'll be towing behind it, so we'll figure it out. Good morning, everyone. I did not make it to Livingston this morning. Not for lack of trying. I actually stopped at Buc-ee's and got here. I'm about 55 minutes away from Livingston, so I don't even know where I'm at. I'm north of Houston at least, so no Houston traffic this morning. It's 9:15. We're gonna finish this and get on the road, and wish me luck, guys. I need a win. I need this to go really, really smoothly so I can get back to Arizona. Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. Very last time I will ever get a vehicle inspection in Texas. I hope this goes smoothly before I get there. He's just 1 mile down that road right there. Check all my headlights, all my marker lights. Hard to see, but they're all on. Because if you fail this, if you have 1 bulb out, get this. You can't come back until tomorrow. After you swap the bulb, come back to get your inspection, and then you can come back tomorrow. So it will cost me a day if I have 1 single bulb out. Yes, it's on. That's the one that got me in the Tioga one year. All right, let's go get inspected. Make sure I got everything. I've got an actual hard copy of my Geico insurance. I've got a hard copy of the gross weight of the RV, which is a picture that I took from the cabinet. That's what they want. And here's the place off to the left. Trailer repair and maintenance. I bet his job's gonna get a lot easier next year too. And to deal with all these RVs from escapees coming in to get inspected all the time. Let's get this done and over with. The Bigfoot passed with flying colors. Heck yeah, on the first try. I told him I'm probably never gonna see you again unless I need some trailer work done, because with inspections going away next year. And he said, that's not entirely true. He knows some more information. As it turns out, if you bring a vehicle in from another state like I just did from Oregon, you still have to get it inspected 1 time here. So vehicle inspections are mostly done. However, I think I'm just gonna keep this Bigfoot for the rest of my life and not mess with it. All right, 6 miles to the Polk County Tax Collector's Office. I think I'm screwed. I think I'm screwed. So my title from the dealership, my bill of sale, and my sales agreement. I've got all 3 of those forms right here. Went in there, going through everything, kind of normal, and then all of a sudden she says, uh-oh. She flipped my title around to the back. She says, uh-oh, we got a problem. So, all right, well, can we fix the problem? What's going on? She didn't like the history of the reassignment, the owner reassignment, the history. So, without going into too many details, I'm all legit. I purchased an RV from a dealership. I'm good. I got my bill of sale. But the problem is she can't go any further because there's a problem with the reassignment history, which would mean the place where the dealer that I bought it from, where they bought it from. That's the problem, and it's written on the back of the title. I just don't want to show too much personal information here, so I'm just explaining it to you. And I said, so what's the problem and how do we solve it? And she says, I don't know. I can't. You need, and then she gave me a specific form that the Oregon dealership was supposed to have filled out in order for me to be legit. And I said, okay, I don't know anything about that. Let me step out of line and call the dealership. The dealership answered the phone right away. They've been helpful along the way. And I told them what's going on, and they said, no, you don't need that. This title has already gone through Form 109 through Oregon. It's an open title. And I said, well, they're saying that you didn't have a right to sell me this RV because you don't own it. And they're like freaking out about it. And then he's like, no, put me on speakerphone and go back up there. I had to wait my turn, go back up there. Well, I didn't get to show it on speakerphone, but I went back up there and told him what they had said. And I said, this is an open title. They do this all the time. And they said, no, look, these 2 people, you had 2 different dealerships mentioned on the same title, and only one of them sold you the RV. You need to have them fill out, and I said again, I said, that form doesn't exist. I've already talked to the dealership. What you're asking me to produce doesn't exist. It's not a real form in Oregon. It might be real here. Do you want to give me your form? And I fly back there and have them fill out the Texas version and then get it notarized, fly back. She's like, no, that's not gonna work. You know what, you're wasting too much of my time. I need to get somebody. I've already told you what you need. I'm like, no, you didn't tell me what Then I started to get a little angry and upset because she obviously wanted nothing to do with me and didn't want to solve any problems. Things got a little heated after that. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck form and why she won't do stuff. And she tried to push me out of line a third time. And I said, look, I need a trip permit then to get to the nearest campground so I can go deal with this. And she said, you're not eligible for a trip permit. I said, I got my vehicle inspection. I've given you all of the things that I own it. I just need a temporary vehicle permit so I can get here. And she denied it. She denied it again because she can't verify the title. So once I'm able to verify the title, I can help you out. How do I solve this, Eric? I'm kind of screwed right now. I left all my stuff in Arizona, drove 21 hours here to take care of this, to be legal and legit because my trip permit was expiring. And now, not only do I not have a trip permit, but I can't license it, I can't register it, I can't drive it until the title situation gets fixed, which could be 2 more months. I could be living at this campground for 2 months now, waiting for a new title. I'm also trying to think if there's any reason why flying out of Houston and flying back to Portland would fix anything. If there's another state that I could maybe register in it. I'm also considering not being a Texan anymore. If there's any way that I could possibly find a way to prove that I'm an Arizonian. I don't have any utilities at my house, where my property's at, but this is not how I envisioned this trip at all. 3 to 6 days turned into 7 to 10, turned into 2 months parked, unable to drive. I don't even have a vehicle or a motorcycle. So you can imagine I'm anxious, scared, a little angry, upset, and very, very, very helpless. She also said, she tried to say that this DMV bill of sale that's a carbon copy that was filed with Oregon, she said it's no good in Texas because it's written in pen instead of on the computer. Nowhere else would you hear something crazy like that. But she said, I'm gonna let it slide though. I'm like, thanks, it's a legitimate vehicle bill of sale from Oregon, but the title's the problem. The title is my main problem here, and here live, I don't have a solution. So, like I said, feeling kind of helpless. I got the air conditioner on because it's 78 degrees today here in Livingston and very, very humid. Very humid in Texas today. So this is my camping digs. Got full hookups. I haven't hooked up the water or the sewer yet, but I do have the power plugged in there for power. I booked a week and I'm just laughing hysterically at everything because it's all out of my control now. I have essentially done everything I can do in this situation. I'm not getting any help from the Polk County tax collector's office. I don't have anything nice to say about them either because they're not trying to resolve this issue at all. I'm getting a lot more cooperation from the dealer up in Oregon. And I have a bad feeling that there's gonna be a big change in my life coming up soon. One that's completely out of my control, but how do I get this? How do I get back to Arizona? I know how to get back to Arizona, I fly, but with the kiddies and my stuff, how do I get this vehicle at least back to Arizona where I don't have to worry and stress? That's where I'm at right now. And as soon as I get some answers, I will chime back in, cut back in. But right now, I need a beer or 2 or 3